Yo, what's going on, guys? Back once again, another new video. Before I start things off, shout out to the fucking boys at r/MMA, and I know controversial here, and the boys at r/UFC. Okay, I know I play both sides. I browse both Reddits. I know there's like an ongoing war between the two, but listen, I try and bridge the paths. Okay. Anyways, today a little bit different. As you can see by the title, not a career video, but instead I really want to take a deep dive into the Jesus Christ, into the beef between Mike Perry and Darren Till, and really see how they went from being foes, calling each other inside the octagons, like calling each other out, to going to the spot together, to hating each other once again, creating websites and hate posts, to seemingly everything going back to normal once again and being best buddies for the final time, I guess. But before we take a real deep dive into the beef between the two, I really want to just point out the fact that I'm going to be missing a ton of great comments and posts, tweets, even that, between the two of these guys. It just comes down to the fact that I can't catch them all, and Perry did block Till across multiple different accounts, across multiple social medias. So when that happens, it deletes all that guy's posts, or like the blocked person's, comments on the blocker's account. So I can't find anything of Till's comments on Perry's account. So, I mean, there's that. But hey, I'm going to do my best. And yeah, here we go. It all began in the lead up to the Till versus Cerrone fight in 2017. You see, Mike was going to be a guest fighter on the card. Those guys who sit in the fighter zone, don't really do anything at all except do some stupid shit when the camera pans to him. Yeah, that was pretty much Mike's job. Anyways, in the lead up to the fight, he voiced his opinions on how he saw the main event going, or rather how he hoped it would go. Essentially saying that he was hoping that Cerrone would get rid of the Gorilla Zero. And he was very optimistic in that happening. And of course, Till does what Till does and snapped back at that tweet, saying, and I quote, "Ain't no one taking my zero, son. Gonna need you and the whole welterweight division together in the cage to do that." Plus a couple of kissy face emojis. But of course, Mike Perry wasn't offended at the fact that Till was insinuating that he couldn't take him one-on-one, but instead needed the whole division. No. Mike was instead offended, or pissed off, by Darren's choice of emojis. This prompted Mike to ask, "Why you blowing kisses?" And with a gentleman's response from Till, he basically just said he likes the guy. And the two went back and forth quite a bit more after this, as you could probably see behind me. But it all ended off with Perry saying, "You think you rowdy, I'll be in your home soon." And this got me wondering, do you guys think that Perry pronounces the preacher's daughter's name as Holly Home? Does he call his good friends Holmies? And does he refer to Homer Simpson as Holmer Simpson? All questions that have been really keeping me up the past few nights. Anyways, Darren finished things off with a couple hundred gorilla emojis, as you can see behind me, and that was that. The next time the two had a real altercation, or significant one at that, was the day before the weigh-ins for the Cowboy fight. You see, Mike and the Platinum Princess were out shopping, and they ran to Till, and, well, listen, I'll just let Mike do the explaining for you.
Man, he's got flaws. See, I was out in Poland. I'm in a coat. I'm bundled up. It's fucking cold out there, right? I'm sitting, waiting for my girls inside the mall. I was pissed at her, so I went outside to cool down. She pissed me off, all this shopping, spending all my money and shit. So I go outside. That's why I wasn't inside. And then Darren Till comes walking by. He's got like a thin little Reebok jacket on, and he's got 15 people with him. I'm sitting there by myself. And this was before they fought. This was the night before weigh-in. Okay. So he's at his worst health position in life, cutting that much weight. He's dehydrated. And he's got his, fight shorts on, skin tight Vale Tudo shorts and a little thin jacket. I didn't even know if he had shoes on. He's walking in Poland. First of all, he's going to get, a nail in his foot with rusty. He's going to need a Tetris shot. And I was like, "Hey, man, put some clothes on, man. It's cold out here. Some shit. And then he was like, I'm strong. I said, that got nothing to do with the cold. He said, I'm on weight. I said, good for you, man. You're going to be fucking sick tomorrow. Dumbass.
Wow. Wow, man. I listen, I really don't like making fun of other people and making somebody else the butt of a joke just to get a couple laughs. But come on. This man really just said Tetris shot. I mean, I nearly fell out of my chair the first time I heard that one. Like, it was so bad that I had to send that to the biggest Platinum Perry fan I know, along with a couple other jokes about his intelligence. I mean, it really didn't end well with me and that person I won't disclose. It really wasn't too pretty, let me tell you. I won't go into the specifics of it, but hey, I really didn't like Grandma's cooking anyways. Okay, back to the beef though. After Darren's big win over Cowboy Cerrone, he took the spotlight and used it in order to call out Mike Perry. You know, this was the first time we really got to see that beef on display to the whole world. And Mike responded in ways that Mike does. Pretty much punched himself in the face a couple times, flexed a little bit, and that was the end of that. I mean, in my opinion, though, it was a bit of a pointless call-out, considering the fact that Mike was already scheduled to fight with Santiago Ponzinibbio, and Till was a ranked fighter now. So, listen, it was still good. It was still good comedy, though, if you will. The two would continue to poke at each other throughout the entire year. You know, memes, comments, Instagram posts, the whole 9 yards. However, in late 2017, Mike decided to formally call out Darren in this tweet right here. I mean, it made even less sense than before, considering he was now on a 2-fight skid after his loss to Santiago. And I'll be honest, Mike, there might be a higher % chance of there being absolutely 0 picograms in Jones's system than you getting a shot at Till at that point in time. However, this is all for later. At this moment in 2018, a legendary moment in MMA history was about to take place. The spa date.
When you getting out of here, Darren? You watching the fight?
Sunday, mate, yeah, Sunday. Yeah. Want to all spa now, yeah? Wait, are you staying here?
Yeah.
Okay,
All I got is little MMA gloves.
yeah.
That's all I got. I don't have bigger gloves.
What, you want to
I got
spar?
the padded training
Sparring?
gloves. But I know you spar different. I know how you are.
Oh, I thought you meant to
hit
spar,
hard.
like a steam and that.
Like, no, like...
Oh, fucking hell, mate, fucking hell.
I meant fucking, let's go fight.
I thought you meant get a spar. Oh, was you mean sparring, really? Fucking hell, mate. If you want, yeah, we can have a little go, yeah, sweet. I haven't got no gloves, if you've got some gloves in that, yeah.
So yeah, Darren agreed. They both hopped into a cab, headed over to the fighters' hotel, used one boxing glove on their power hands, the MMA glove on the jabbing hands, and the two went at it. Even going on to say after that it was a legendary moment and that the two grew extreme amounts from that session. Well, at least that's what Perry would say. I mean, eventually the two would come out and say that they basically knocked each other the fuck out in that session. After saying, oh, it's code in fighting to never disclose what happened in sparring, even though they both came out and said whatever. And unless it was a double knockout, then somebody's got to be lying. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. I mean, at the time, Mike even claimed to have given Darren multiple useful tips and tricks on how to beat Woodley. Since, Mike knows what it's like to be a black man in America, and Darren doesn't, of course. However, I'm not going to say Mike would end up looking fake after all this, but one day he was helping Darren get ready for Woodley, giving him all these tips and tricks. But then right after Woodley wins and gets his submission, he comes out to say he's super happy for Woodley and he believed in Woodley the whole time and that he's the true champ and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Kinda weird, Mike. Kinda weird. Either way, after this loss, Darren, of course, didn't have much time to be trolling Perry. Instead he was out stealing taxi cabs and going to the dentist every single morning. So fast forward to 2019. Not a super eventful year for the feud. And I mean, considering the fact that Darren almost summited Mount Everest, but was then Spartan kicked right off the edge before doing so by a rapper and a reality TV star, I mean, it shouldn't come as a surprise that he wasn't in great spirits. Despite all this craziness going on in Darren's life throughout 2019, Mike still felt the need to call him out after his big win against Oliveira in April. But unfortunately for him, Dana even came out and said that he was going to make the fight happen. And we all know what happens when Dana says he's going to do something, right? So yeah, that was that. But anyways, with Mike being the great African-American man he is, he came out to even show his support for Darren in the lead up to his comeback fight against Kelvin, which would basically mark the end of the feud for 2019 and definitely proved to be the calm before the storm that was about to take place in 2020 for the Nigerian Nightmare. The year kicks off with a pretty great stinger from Till, saying, and I quote, "The only running you've been doing, ye fat C-word, is to your frigid back." And Mike obviously wasn't too pleased with this comment and snapped back with this absolutely hilarious meme right here. I mean, is that really like the best you've got, Mike? Like seriously? Like this looks like it was put together by some 13-year-old in his mom's shed after logging into Google Docs for about 5 minutes. Like, you seriously think this is funny, Mike? Either way, the relationship was about to change in a dramatic event just coming up. The big event I'm referring to was the infamous Raw Dog post. I mean, I'm sure you've all heard of it at some point, or at least whispers about it through the wind. But essentially, Darren came out and said that he would raw dog Perry's girl. I mean, it was clearly a joke, but Perry definitely took it to heart and wasn't pleased. And unfortunately for him, Darren recognized this. He saw how pissed off Perry was getting and was having an absolute blast. And this definitely scaled up the trolling from Darren. I mean, without a doubt. Either way, Darren's post, as funny as it was, would soon get taken down for bullying/harassment. This then prompted Darren to go on to use #RawDog or some variation of that joke in just about all of his future posts. Perry, on the other hand, though, was definitely looking to take the high road. In an upcoming interview, well, not upcoming, but an interview at the time, he was definitely making some very positive and honestly complimentary and nice things to say about.
What do you think about the idea? I mean, you're a guy who feeds off energy, stuff like that, going in there and fighting with no
Fuck
crowd.
Darren Till's mom too. Fuck Darren Till. I want to fight Darren Till. I want to fight him, and I want to jump out the cage like Khabib did and jump kick his mom in the face. Fuck Darren.
I thought you guys were cool after the spa.
Oh, he's a fucking piece of shit. He's a and there's nothing wrong with being a unless you just like sucking dick. That's cool. He likes to suck dick. That's why he wanted to go to the spa. Fuck him. Excuse my language if that's terrible, but I hate that motherfucker's guts.
Shortly after, Mike was not turning back. He didn't come out and apologize or try backtracking whatsoever. Instead, he doubled down and came out and said, and I quote, "Speaking of getting clapped at Darren Till, do you remember the sound of Yima's fat arse getting them cheeks clapped when Yi Pa's mates would come to the flat?" I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely one of Perry's best works in the entire feud. But come on, this was 100% ghost written. Like, come on, you can't tell me that the same guy who came up with this would soon later on, a couple months after, come up with that. I mean, let's be real here, guys. But even with this being as good as it was, Darren didn't mind. He loves the trolling and the banter. He would even go on to say that he would actually help Mike smash his mom and wouldn't even care if he did. I mean, he would then go on to get blocked by Mike once again, or for the first time rather. have a fan make a website about Mike, MikePerryIsABum.com, if you want to check it out. Listen, it's my homepage on Chrome. I'm not going to lie. It's a good one. And then would even go on to make multiple new Instagram accounts just to troll Mike, but would get blocked inevitably once again. All after a hilarious comment from Till that kind of started it all. But the best part of it all was that Darren was completely joking. He never really cared, similar to how he felt about his girlfriend and daughter back in Brazil. But yeah, he'd go on to explain the whole feud with Mike really well on Michael Bisping's podcast. Take a look.
Mike, like, we was chatting, me and Mike. Like, I don't know if he's being serious. There's the things we was chatting, like, in the DMs, and it was, good fun. Yeah, let's have a bit of beef. And then I don't know if I took it too far because I said I was going to raw dog his girl, but he just must have took it serious. And then, like, he blocked me. I was like,
no,
what the
he
fuck?
blocks you. Get fucked.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, time out.
He blocked me off Instagram. Do you not see on my post? I posted about it. I was like,
oh
Mike,
my
really,
God.
you blocked me. So I made another account and I started like commenting raw dog. He blocked that account. So I made another account, raw dog. He's blocked it. I can't see his shit no more.
Why can't he simply just say back to you that he's going to raw dog your girl and you guys are even?
Well, he did. He said he's going to kick me mum in the face and fuck it. And I was just like, go for it, mate.
That's way worse.
I'm going to say it's not a bad response. It's pretty fucking
it's good
strong.
Response. Go for it. I'll help you as well, mate. Come on,
Hold on, you're going to help him bang your mum?
Kick your mum.
You're going to help him bang that? Darren, come on, mate. Steady on, pal. Fuck me.
Mike, there's no limits when you want to chat that shit, mate. He needs to know, but, I shouldn't have said a raw.
Listen, you were, well, you were only having a laugh, but.
However, it wasn't over just yet. Mike was still extremely upset about the whole feud between the two, even going on to say that it was on site with Darren, that if he sees him, he was willing to go to jail to do what he needs to do, and that even he was willing to eye poke Darren John Jones style. Like that's a line I would never cross. Like that's just messed up, Mike. Like, come on. Like, you should apologize for that. Either way, Darren responded just like every other time, saying that it's nothing personal. It was all a joke, and that Mike really needs to learn how to take one. So yeah, but that was that for the most part. This pretty much brings us to today, where Till just yesterday posted this tweet, going on to repeat what he said in the past multiple times, essentially saying that, Mike's a good guy, he's misunderstood, he respects him, and it's all just a joke. And surprisingly enough, Perry even responded by showing his support for Darren and wishing him well in the Robert Whittaker fight. I mean, he did say that whoever he cheers for does end up losing. And no spoilers, but after what happened on Saturday night, all I'm going to say is, listen, I hope Mike Perry never cheers for me. Okay? Either way, this seemingly marked an end to their beef. And I'm going to be honest, if the line was good, I would be betting that, Mike will come out in a couple days and say that, oh, Robert Whittaker, you were such a great champion, man. I love you. I believed in you the whole time. You're the man, dude. # champ shit only. Yeah. Okay, that was maybe a bit low. But yeah, that's it. That's it for the video. Mike Perry, Darren Till. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Adios.